Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm a bit barefaced, as you can see. I am going to be doing my everyday makeup routine for you. I haven't done one of these in such a long while and I thought, why not? It's time to do it again. I've got loads and loads of new bits that I've been trying out. Some of them I've bought myself, some of them have been sent to me, so obviously I will disclaim that either verbally or I'll put it in the description box below. This is such like an old school video that I love doing. As I said, I'm trying to go back to more kind of old school chatty, like this, including this whole setup with me with my tiny tripod on my windowsill. And also as well, for this sort of video I want to be a little bit closer, and it's a lot easier to do this in this kind of format rather than having the big tripod and ring light and whatnot. I'm using natural light. Hopefully it'll give you a correct representation of all the colours that I use and stuff like that. So I take my glasses off. I'm going to put my little pearl headband on. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop some lip balm on. Got my trusty 8-hour cream from Elizabeth Arden here, which I absolutely love, and it's just my favourite lip balm at the moment. I just absolutely love it, so I'm going to pop that on. It's just so good for this time of year because my skin just dries out as soon as it gets below 10 degrees, which is what it is today. So, I've got my makeup bag and I'm going to kind of lay everything out. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, my lip gloss, which I normally use. Right, okay, so the first thing that I have been using, which has been sent to me, this is the Avon True Power Stay 24 Hours Foundation. I've been sent this quite recently, and this is in the shade Nude, but I have just found this, A, is like the perfect match for my skin, and secondly, it stays really, really well. I've been really impressed by it. Where's my brushes? There they are. And I've been trying it out with the Catrice triangular foundation brush, which has been pretty cool. I've been really enjoying it. At first I thought the bristles would be falling out a bit too much for my liking, but actually it's okay. So that's obviously just me putting it on. I just think it's such a fantastic match for my skin. I do prefer using a beauty blender, but I have really been enjoying this brush. It's really good as it has like a tiny little, let's see if I can show you. So as you can see, it's got like a little indentation in the brush, and basically that's where you put your product. And it has just been really, really good for like distributing the product. I also think it's a really good foundation for this time of year where it's getting a little bit colder, I'm getting a little bit paler. Also as well, it gives me slightly more coverage, it's slightly more moisturising. I forgot to put my phone on silent and it's probably going to be pinging all the way through this, but I can't bother to move because I'm kind of shut in my little corner here. So, hey. I was the one to take the love. I remember how it started. That is what it looks like. Very, very happy with how it matches to my face. Now I'm going to go in with some concealer. So I'm not one of those people that will slather a load on under my eyes because my eyes are quite sensitive, as I've spoken about in the past. And I'm going to use my trusty Glossier Stretch concealer. I absolutely love this. I'm so glad I bought it because it has been so good, so creamy, and it has not flared up my eyes at all, which is pretty something. And I just dab it on with my ring finger in like a little triangle, like so. And I find it just gives me enough coverage without slapping on a load of product. Okay, that's my concealer. So look, that's just done, easy peasy. Doesn't take long at all. Then if I need to like go in with a bit more concealer, like on any spots or imperfections that have come up, mainly around here, this is where I get them. I don't normally touch the ones on my forehead too much, If there's anything glaring around here, I'll deal with it. And I've been using the Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. This has been really, really good and it blends so nicely. I've got the shade, what shade have I got? Light beige, that's the shade. So what I do is, I just dab it on anywhere. That's all I can see if I need to put it anywhere. Actually not, my skin's not too bad. And then I just go in with a beauty blender. At the moment I'm using this one from Masked. It's really good actually for blending concealer. I don't really like it for blending foundation, but anything like concealer or cream bronzer, anything like that, it's actually really good. And it blends in so well. So I really like that for using it with concealer. Right, powder. So I've been trying out 2 powders at the moment. This one I've been really enjoying. It's a loose powder and I've not really ventured too much into loose powders, but I really like this. So this is from Love. I'm not sure how you say the name. It is their Perfectitude Shine Control Loose Powder. And I actually put this under my eyes because the little like puffer is perfect size for just popping underneath my eyes. Just like so. And I just find it sets it really nicely, again without like flaring up my eyes at all. And that's just all I really need. Like I think I could probably use this for, you know, my normal powder as well, but I just think it's really handy. I just like using the little puffer. It's really cute. And then I've been absolutely loving this to the point where I think it's probably overtaken my love for the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. This is from Essence and this is their All About Matte Fixing Compact Powder. I actually find the packaging is a lot better than the other one. It's like a lid that you like screw on and off and it breaks so easily, but this is what lasted really well. So I'm just gonna pop this on with my Spectrum A01 brush. Absolutely love this brush. It's so light and fluffy. I just use it so much for like powder, and I just find it doesn't, even though it's like white translucent, it doesn't actually wash me out, but it keeps me really shine free. Normally with the Rimmel one I have to kind of go in again around this area on my forehead, but I don't need to with this. I find it lasts really well. Okay, next we've got my favorite brow product. It's not changed since for a long while, let's just say that. So this is the Kat Von D Signature Brow Pencil. I absolutely love it. I've been through quite a few. I was originally gifted the first one I ever got and I have just been repurchasing it because it is just so good. So I just brush through my brows first with the spoolie, and then you'll see I'm nearly out of this. I do have another one, I did buy one. I'll do my best with this tiny little bit I've got left. I'm not one of those people that likes a really filled in brow. I like them to be fairly natural. When I first start off though, it looks really, really bold and I just kind of obviously blend it out from there. Change coming, it's inevitable. In the paradise, we can work it out and see the hard times fading. Okay, so they look a little bit scary at the moment. What I do is I go back in with the spoolie and I just blend them out like so, like that, and then just to finish them off, I've got an itchy eye, oh my. And then all I do is this, I take my middle finger and I just, and then this one, and I just go over just the base of it because I find that's where I get a lot of product build up and that's where it can look a little bit scary. So that's how I blend it out. Then I'm going to go in with this brow gel, and for the life of me I cannot remember the name because it has rubbed off. All I know that it's in the shade Clear, that's it. I don't know what it is. It's just a clear brow gel. I think I had it in a beauty box. a long time ago. But yeah, can't remember what the name of it is, unfortunately. Never mind. Okay, so at the moment I have been using this eyeshadow palette from Me, and this is the Spicy Chic palette. This is gorgeous. If you like really orangey toned eyeshadows, like especially for autumn and fall and all that stuff, you're gonna love this. Look how pretty. It is just so nice. So they are all pretty orangey, apart from this one, obviously. So for instance, this one comes out more orangey than it is in the pan. I wonder if it will, how it will swatch. See, so it's definitely more on the orangey side than like on a cool tone side. There we go. You can see, obviously it's not a very good swatch, but it's definitely more orangey than it looks like in the pan. But what I've been basically doing is, just for the moment, I have been keeping in the pairs. So I have been really enjoying this combination here. This is obviously a very orangey. This one's quite fun as well. I think this is too orangey for me. It sounds really weird. I don't know why. But this one comes out more copper, whereas this is just orange. But it is really nice. And this is obviously a really good base. I'm just gonna go in with this shade here, which is Cinnamon, and I'm just going to run that through my crease. The thing I love about these is that they are so pigmented. Like, look, that's just from me doing a couple of tiny little taps into the eyeshadow. It is really pigmented. I find the matte colours are more pigmented than the glittery colours. I find that I have to build those up a little bit more, but I will show you how I do that in a sec. And what I'll do is I will go back into that shade in a little bit, but I'm going to show you the glittery shade. So I actually use my finger. I have been really going back to basics with my makeup routine, using products more with my hands than with tools, and I've just been finding that eyeshadow, especially glittery ones, have been coming off so much better on my fingers than I've been doing with a brush. So I'm gonna take my middle finger, just swirl it around, such a pretty colour, and then I'm just gonna pop it on like that. I just find that just with a couple of finger strokes, it looks really nice. My right eye always takes longer to do than my left eye, so it's not showing very quickly, but I promise you, there we go. So it just comes off a lot better, and the glitter really kind of pops a bit more. Like, I've got a really nice even base with my left eye. I don't know why, it just picks up eyeshadow better. You're always smarter. I've been really loving it because it's been great. It's not been too overpowering for the daytime. Like, I'm really happy wearing this in the day because it is just really pretty. And it's a nice pop of colour. So, and then I'm going to go back in with that contour shade and just blend out the orange here. This is like such a full everyday makeup look. I don't know if I said that glittery shade is Antique Copper. Guess I didn't say. So that little brush I just used is the Masked Crease brush. It's a really nice little tiny fluffy brush. I'm then going to go in with the Spectrum B05 brush, and I just find it's kind of like an odd shape because it's too small, I find, to do like any kind of contouring or things like that, but it's obviously too big to be like an in your crease shade brush. But I find it's really good for blending it out at the end. So all I do is I just where it reaches the start of my brow bone, I will just blend it out at the very edges. And I find it makes it a lot more easier to transition than this one. Like this one's looking a little bit scary. So let's deal with this. So let's go in a little bit so you can see it's a little bit more blended out. It's not looking so scary anymore. Well, I don't think so. I'm not a professional makeup artist. Could be all wrong, but this is just what I do because I like it. Sometimes if I feel like it, I will go in with this Pixie eye pencil in Black Noir and I'll just put it in the outer corners. Yeah, let's do that today. Let's do that. Just a tiny weeny bit. Like so. Just tiny weeny. Nothing too crazy. Okay, so I have been using a mascara which I've been gifted, but I just wasn't getting on with it. I was just finding it was falling out a lot. So I've gone back to an old favourite. This is the Avon Mark Big and Extreme mascara. It was gifted to me, but I'm just a huge fan of it. It's dried out a little bit, but it's still really good. The brush looks like this. It's not as big and fluffy as I normally go for, but it really does the job without too much fallout at the bottom. So I'm gonna pop those on. There we go. And that's just the first coat. It is just such a great mascara. I really like it. And I'll just do a little bit on the bottom. Like so. There we go. If I feel like doing any huge amount of contouring, I will go in with this Lord & Berry cream bronzer in Biscuit, which is a really nice warm toned one. I just find warm toned creams just work really well. So all I will do is I will go in with this Eco Tools angled contour brush. Such a great brush, love it. And I'll just do a tiny bit on there. And I normally put it, I think with my face shape it works better if I just bring it just to here. If I bring it any closer in, my cheeks get in the way and it just looks really weird. So just where that shadow is hitting there, I'll just do a little bit. Like so. I don't like doing a huge amount of contouring because my face is quite long. And then, with any leftover, because this is quite pigmented, I'll just do my temples and my forehead. Then I go in and I blend that with the Real Techniques buffing brush. This one like here. And I just buff that out. So it looks a bit more au naturel. I don't really see people doing any major contouring anymore. I think the time for that has gone. I think it's now just more natural. I know when I go on film sets, they never do any contouring whatsoever. They never contour my face. I haven't done this before, but I picked up this tip, and I can't remember who I picked it up from, but I have been using a similar coloured powder bronzer over the cream bronzer to set it. So I have been using the Catrice Clean ID Mineral Bronzer. It's got an SPF in it and I love the packaging. It's just like, it's paper packaging but like it's marbled. So it's a really lovely colour and you get a lot of product. So I'll just go back in with that Spectrum powder brush and I just swirl it around. And then I just go over the top and I find it warms up my complexion a little bit more than with just the cream. Then I have this tiny little Clinique blusher, which I have no idea where it came from. I've had it for ages, probably should chuck it, but I really like it. It's a really nice warm toned blush and it's in Almond Blossom. Obviously if I can find it I'll link it below, but I don't know if it's even still being made. I find, again for me, because I go quite red a lot, I find that using more warm corally orangey blushes rather than pink ones works so well for my complexion. Otherwise I just look even more red. So if I just want a bit more colour, I'll go back in with this Spectrum little blendery brush, just swirl it around. I don't use a lot. I really don't use a lot. And what I'll do is I'll just blend it on the apple of my cheeks and then blend it up a bit more, just so it doesn't just stay all on the apples of my cheeks like a little doll. I remember how we started. Then I'll go back in with that big powder brush from big powder brush from Spectrum, and I'll just blend that out even more. I don't like it to be like bronzer, blusher, highlighter. I like it to be fairly blended in. I then crack out a highlighter. This is the Essence Glow Like a Mermaid highlighter. So as you can see, it has got mermaid scales. Look how amazing that is. It's really cute. So the one thing that I have found with this highlighter, it really is more, it picks up the blues and the purpley, that kind of colours, more than the orangey colours in this. So that's the only thing. This is not necessary, you can't really kind of pick and choose unless you're going really carefully in with a brush. I just use this fan brush from Spectrum again. This is the A10, and I just kind of go all over. And this isn't like a crazy highlighter. This is just, if you want a bit of glow, like so. So it's not crazy. And then I'll just take that very quickly on my brow bones, on my nose, and then on my Keeper's bow. It is buildable. I normally will reach for another highlighter if I'm going out in the evening, but I find that to be really, really good for daytime. So I'm gonna go in with this Pixie gloss. This is in Sheer Rose, and this just comes out like a beautiful kind of deeper pinky nude. Definitely more on the autumnal side. I've really done well with matching these colours with the seasons here. There we go, guys. This is the finished look. I really, really hope you like it. This is what I've just been doing every day. I've just been loving using these colours, and I will link all of this down below if I can find links for it. Maybe affiliate links depending on where I get them from. But yeah, thank you very much. Let me know if you liked this video. Do comment down below if there are any products that you have been really, really loving at the moment. Do you like orangey toned eyeshadows as well? Let me know. If you're new, please do subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.